Hey, what's up, Cub fans? Here with loyal Cubs fans. September 8th on a Saturday. I know a lot of people are watching college football. I kind of multitask, but still supporting the Cubs. I knew game one would be a challenge. You had Max, potential Cy Young winner this year, against Garcia, a new addition for the Cubs. A lot of people are like, who is that? It's a guy they picked up from Toronto. He was cut, having a bad year, ERA 5.6. And I think we really didn't want to use him as a starter, but unfortunately the rain out changed things, and we didn't have many options. We didn't have Mills available. He's not due to come up till tomorrow. The other starting pitchers haven't got their 4 days rest. Uh, Maybe we could have went with like Chavez or something, but he's pitched a few days ago, and so we thought we'd give Garcia a try. The expectation, Madden said, is only pitch him if he can pitch 2 decent innings, you'd be happy with that. So we were looking at a bullpen session. The odds were not favorable going against Max. I would like to still, we have the bats to hit against anyone, but things kind of went, I guess, towards how Vegas would think this game one, as we lose 10-3. There are some positives, believe it or not. There are some positives in a loss that can help you out for the next game and future games. So not a whole lot going. No, Max didn't have a whole lot of pitches against us. We didn't work counts enough. And Garcia, though, was just a mess. It looks like that was probably his one and only shot at starting. If we need to start someone else, there's Mills, maybe Drew Smiley if he makes it back. Hopefully the guys we have stay healthy. As we see, things can get worse. So Garcia kind of looked like Chatwood, walked like the first three guys, gives up a big hit. We're down 2-0 already. He only got one out. Madden seen enough. And we get Kinsler in the game, thinking things are going to get really worse. Kinsler, he was one of the game's better relief pitchers a couple years ago, but he certainly has declined nationals this year. And then since the trade, he had like 5 out of 6 games where he gave up a run or more with us. But Madden still believes in him, and you kind of have not many options when you start losing and getting down big. We were only down 2-0, but not good. Second inning or first inning, only one out. You can't just put your high leverage guys in right away. And so it was what it is. Kinsler, for the circumstances, did decent. One of the inherited runners scored. He ended up beating an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. As far as like against him, nowhere in runs. So Garcia, I don't even want to look at his ERA, but basically he's going to be charged for 3 runs in a third of an inning. So he'll probably be used more of a relief role, maybe even more like blowout type games. We'll see how that progresses, but it was one of those dumpster dive minor league contract, call him up, probably paying him a prorated of 500,000 is for a month. So not a whole lot of money. Probably won't be on the team next year, but it's one of those emergency pickups you need. The doubleheader, and fortunately put us in a tough spot. We had Lester against a pitcher coming back from Tommy John yesterday. So we had the pitching matchup yesterday, but we knew we were going to face Max. It would have been better to have Max against Hamels, was the original plan. Things didn't work out, and we made 3 errors today. Heard a truck backfiring. We made 3 errors today. That can't happen. Listella was struggling at third base at the beginning. Kind of improved later on. Slipped. Maybe it was a wet field. Murphy made a bad throw home. Contreras made a bad, missed a catch. So you can't make 3 errors. We didn't really get the offense going. We had 1 run going in the 9th, and then we got like 4 hits against Max and scored a couple runs. New addition Gore, who's never got a hit before. He's always picked up on a team to be a pinch runner, like in September. He got his first hit. It took him 54 at bats or 55 at bats to get a hit. That sounds like even bad for a pitcher, and he's a position player. So that was kind of a small victory or lighthearted moment, I guess, too. And who knows, we may have to rely on him to pinch hit a few times here and there. He's amazing when he gets on base. That's why he was brought in for his speed. He's already 2 for 2 with stolen bases. When he was on second, he scored a run easy, so I think that was his first run with the Cubs. But Cubs fell 10-3. In this game got delayed 2 hours and 15 minutes, and they played through. It was kind of raining hard at the end. As far as relief pitchers, we didn't use our best one, so we kind of go in with a clean slate. We have our Strop, we have our Strop, and we have our, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank, Cishek, sidearm guy. I don't know if Edwards can be trusted as much in high leverage, but Justin Wilson's been amazing. So if Hamels can give you 6-7 solid innings, we have a pretty good shot winning, and we're against not one of the better pitchers for the Nationals, and they kind of have them on a pitch count, it's my understanding, too. So hopefully we get the offense going. We did see Baez and Bryan on the bench today. Madden wants to be careful. 2 doubleheader games, you can't expect to play everyone both games and everything, and plus we do have a game tomorrow afternoon. We'll see if rain cooperates, but we were able to get 2 of the games in against Washington. We're trying to get one more in tonight. They're on a break, and then they play in 45 minutes if rain doesn't delay it. Otherwise, you got to try for a doubleheader tomorrow, and I hear it's supposed to be a 12:30 game, but rain forecast isn't looking good. We really don't have time to squeeze in these games. It'd have to be end of the year or something like that if that one game makes a difference in playoff implications. Right now, Cubs are 3.5 up over Milwaukee. Milwaukee's playing right now, so a lot can happen. If they can lose, we can win game 2. We're 4.5. Worst case scenario, we're down to 2.5, and then we don't want that to happen. So hopefully I'm more optimistic about game 2 than game 1. I was hoping a closer competitive game, but the good news, like I said, we do have our high leverage pitchers, and we have Hamels, who's been pitching well in game 2. So we have the pitching matchup against the Nationals. They're definitely no joke. They have some guys that can hit, and they're close to a 500 team. Mainly their bullpen blows a lot of games. But we'll see. Nothing's a guarantee. Cardinals, they got beat by Detroit in walk-off fashion yesterday. Last I looked, they were getting beat against Detroit again. Detroit, where they're like 57 and 80 something, and yet they're could possibly win a second game in a row against the Cardinals. And Cardinals were like the best team in the National League as far as record-wise over a month or so. So that's good. They're cooling down. We need Milwaukee to cool down. We'll have to take care of business when we play them again. It's Monday. Get our division lead up, get the magic number down, and that way it won't be so stressful if we lose a game or 2. But yeah, this game is one of those things where you could see it could get lopsided. They had an awesome pitcher. We did not. Usually when you go to your bullpen early, it's usually disaster. Kind of cool we got the bats going at the end, get 4 hits off Scherzer at the end and score a couple more runs. And he ended up getting a complete game, but gave up three runs. So, but it was just a little bit too late and didn't pitch well enough and didn't play good enough defense. So we'll try it again in game 2. Go Cubs, go.